Hey guys, this is Deni. As always, there are so many different games coming out lately. Not always cool, of course, but there are adequate games and there are a lot of them too. I mean, it's impossible to keep track of all the games if you don't immerse yourself in all the novelties. So today, I'm going to give you a nice set of different games that you've probably missed. Click on the like, click on subscribe if you haven't already, and let's go! Do you miss adrenaline and dynamic gameplay? The perfect place to get it all? Good old Crossout. Tense battles, dozens of different vehicles, and hundreds of parts for their customization are waiting for you. You can make a powerful, bulletproof tank and destroy your enemies just by the look of it. Or make something smaller, but fast, and get in the back of unsuspecting enemies. In any case, Crossout is the best place to show everyone who is a real pro. Download the game at the link in the description. Let me start with Roboquest. This beautiful game, in fact, for you will be a shooter roguelike, very similar to Gunfire Reborn, also with co-op, really only for 2 people. You play as one of the last guardians of humanity, which was revived by a young girl collector named Max in the year 2700. Together with her and her other mechanical creatures, you go on a quest for adventure, tearing through crowds of evil robots, with beautiful music in your ears, naturally, as in any roguelike. There are a lot of battles here, as there is a lot of action, pumping, weapons, and so on. Plus, each run in the game is generated randomly, so you will always face new obstacles and enemies. In general, a real diamond, which is definitely worth to appreciate, especially in co-op. Co-op is also available in Void Crew, only for 4 people. This is a space adventure in which you and your friends can control your own spaceship, fight with enemies, get valuable rewards, and explore the galaxy. The plot of the game is based on the idea that humanity has united against a mysterious aggressor, the Desolates. This is an unknown force that has taken over most of the cosmos and threatens the survival of all life. And you and your comrades are the chosen ones who must restore order in the galaxy. To do this, you have your ship and your comradeship spirit. That's about it. The gameplay of the game is based on cooperative ship control, like in Sea of Thieves. Of course, you can play solo, but it's better to play co-op with friends choosing different roles: pilot, engineer, gunner, or collector. Each role is unique, and on top of that, you'll have to coordinate with other team members to successfully complete missions. It's also a bit of a death simulator, but we won't reveal that point. Have fun. The evil space will be faced in Starship Troopers Extermination. This is a cooperative first-person shooter that takes you to the distant fronts of the galactic war against bugs. You play as an elite soldier of the Deep Space Vanguard, a special unit of the Mobile Infantry that must repel the attacks of the bloodthirsty insects and regain control of the Federation planets they have taken over. Gameplay consists of 2 modes: attack and defense, and archaeological scout. In the first mode, you need to capture and hold different points on the map, and in the second mode, you need to explore the planet, collect resources, build a base, and defend against waves of bugs. In both modes, you can play in a pack of 16 people in one team, dividing into squads and classes, and of course, you can try to coordinate and give orders, but it will be really powerful. But it's fun. A lot of people missed Lies of P, a Souls-like action RPG inspired by the fairy tale of Pinocchio. I'm looking forward to it myself, and I still can't find time to play it. If you don't know, you play as a mechanical puppet that wants to find its creator, Mr. Geppetto. Along the way, you'll meet different characters who will help you or try to hinder you, mostly the second naturally. Gameplay-wise, it's a full-fledged Souls-like game with all the same mechanics, only created on Unreal Engine 4. That is, like, beautiful, and the engine is already honed, not 5. All in all, it's good. If you're a fan of the Warhammer 40,000 universe, you definitely shouldn't miss Darktide. It's a cooperative, first-person shooter about humanity waging an endless war against hostile races and the forces of chaos. You find yourself in the huge hive city of Tertium, which is captured by the servants of the Chaos Gods. Your task, along with 3 teammates, make your way to punch your enemies in the face. By the way, they can appear in different places and in different numbers, which makes each mission unpredictable. Of course, you can use different types of weapons, pump up, open new talents, and so on. In general, the thing is cool and quite beautiful. I'm sure that many people missed Hitman 3, most likely because here everything is the same as always, typical stealth action with third-person view, in which we play for the legendary assassin Agent 47. Our task is to eliminate various targets around the world, using a variety of methods and tools. We can disguise ourselves as different people, infiltrate protected areas, set up accidents, poison food or drinks, blow something up, or just shoot them in the head. The main rule is to not raise any alarms or leave any witnesses. In general, the gameplay is not much different from previous parts, but gathers all the developments of previous years. We can use the widest list of items, weapons, gadgets, and skills to perform tasks. In short, if you want to feel like a real assassin, this game is perfect. Want a cute indie game? Then here's Cult of the Lamb, an action roguelike in which you play as a lamb saved from death by a mysterious stranger. In return, you must create your own cult in his honor and spread his word around the world. The gameplay of the game consists of two main parts, cult management and dungeon trekking, and if everything is clear in terms of management. The second one is suddenly a roguelike with an overhead view. You can head to one of 5 regions, and your goal is to get to the end of each and fight one of the gods that stand in your way. Plus, the developers want to bring a lot of half-naked content with the next DLC soon. All in all, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Maybe you like anime graphics? Then try to play Tales of Arise. The story is about 2 neighboring nations, Dana and Renee. Dana is a world where people live in harmony with nature, and Rena is a high-tech civilization which 300 years ago captured Dana and enslaved its population. The story centers around 2 heroes, Alphen and Cheyenne, who unite to overthrow the lords of Rena and free Dana from their oppression. I hope you're not confused. Gameplay-wise, we run back and forth, enjoy the story, and see what's going on in the world. JRPG in short, with pumping, characters, and all that. How long have you heard something about Wartales? The developers have made so much new stuff since the early access launch. Wow, who doesn't know? It's an open world RPG where you lead a group of mercenaries. Gameplay-wise, it has a huge map, like in Mount & Blade, and turn-based battles like in some Divinity or Baldur's Gate. Yeah, it's a mishmash. You can hire companions, pump them up, and if they suddenly die, it's over. And in addition, you will need to establish relationships with different factions and characters, affecting the course of events in the world. Plot in a word, it is here, and not bad. And this is Robocop Rogue City, a first-person shooter about a robot cop. The plot of the game unfolds between the second and third movies and is an original story in which Robocop has to solve the mystery of a new crime boss. The game's plot is non-linear and depends on elections that affect the ending and the citizens' attitudes towards Robocop. In addition, there are many side quests that allow you to learn more about the game's world and its inhabitants. The gameplay is a mixture of intense shootouts and detective investigations. Playing as a Robocop, you have to clear the city of criminals, collect evidence, interrogate suspects, and maintain public order. You can use different ways of solving problems, for example, choose between violence or peaceful approach when dealing with suspects. What makes the game special is that it is very faithful to the original movies, both visually and atmospherically. It's not a bad one, honestly. Another thing worth mentioning is Blasphemous 2. This is the sequel to the hardcore action platformer. If you like Metroidvania with soulful setting, brutal bosses, and beautiful pixel graphics, then this game is for you. The gameplay of Blasphemous 2 is very reminiscent of classic games of the genre, such as Castlevania or Hollow Knight. You move through different locations, fight enemies, collect loot, and solve puzzles. The bosses in the game are one of the most interesting and challenging parts. Some of them are incorporated into the story. look just fine, and to defeat them is still try to try. In short, it's a cool game, stylish, challenging, and atmospheric. Many people may like For the King 2, the sequel to the popular turn-based RPG with elements of roguelike and board games. The game continues the story of the first part, in which you had to save the kingdom of Farul from chaos after the death of the king. But now the situation has changed. The former favorite of the people, Queen Rosamond, turned against her subjects, enslaving them in dark mines and making alliances with sinister forces. It is up to you to lead the resistance. To do this, you just need to go through 5 chapters of the story, each of which represents a unique region with procedurally generated map, quests, and events. In addition, you have to keep an eye on the level of chaos, which gradually grows and strengthens the enemies, as well as the time, which is limited for each chapter. Overall, it will be challenging, but fun in co-op. Somehow, many people missed the second part of Ghostrunner, the sequel to the Cyberpunk first-person slasher. You also play as Jack, a cyber ninja who has rebelled against the tyranny of the Mistress of the Keys. In the second part, there's a new threat in the world, an AI cult that plans to destroy the remnants of civilization. Jack will have to beat the face of these fanatics. Gameplay is based on the same principles as the first part, but with the addition of new elements. You can still run on walls, slide, jump, use hook and slow down time to overcome obstacles and kill enemies. But now you can also ride a motorcycle and use new abilities of GG. Basically the same as the first one, only improved. 100% you need to know Trine 5, A Clockwork Conspiracy. It is a puzzle platformer that continues the adventures of the 3 heroes of Trine, the wizard Amadeus, the thief Zoe, and the knight Pontius. This time they face the conspiracy of the evil Queen Sunny, who wants to seize power in the kingdom. The gameplay of the game is based on solving puzzles using the abilities of each hero. Amadeus can create and rotate crates and platforms. Zoe shoots with a bow and uses a hook to connect different elements. Pontius can smash and ram obstacles or reflect beams with his shield. You can switch between characters at any time or play co-op with friends, which is much more fun. There are actually a lot of puzzles, locations, beauty, and story here, and they are made very atmospherically. Let's visit the world of Cocoon game. This is a puzzle adventure from the creator of Limbo and Inside. Here, you control a small creature that travels through different worlds inside mysterious spheres. Each sphere contains a unique world with a special atmosphere, color scheme, and music. Some worlds resemble desert canyons, others are industrial complexes, and still others are organic caves. Your task is to explore these worlds, solve puzzles, activate mechanisms, and fight the huge guards that guard each world. You'll be constantly jumping between worlds, combining them, manipulating them, and rearranging them to solve intricate challenges. In general, as you realized, it will be extremely beautiful and interesting. Well, that's it for today. I hope you found something interesting for yourself, and therefore clicked on the like and subscribe too. Well, with you was, as always, Deni, and have a nice day.